Indeed, if you're just joining us, this is KBC Lunchtime News with me, Alan Aoko, and Lensa Odingo as the sign language interpreter. We now want to cross briefly to Mombasa Road, where we have our reporter Betty Kiptum, who's accompanying the Industrialization CS, just to know about the preparations of the ministry in safeguarding against COVID-19 misfortunes. Betty, if you can hear me, what's happening?
Well, a very good afternoon to you there, Alan Aoko, in the studios. We are coming to you live from the Numeral IoT. It's a manufacturing plant along Mombasa Road. Here they are making thermoguns, among many other things. Thermoguns being the newest addition to the portfolio since COVID-19 came. And just in preparation for the celebration of the Africa Industrialization Day that is happening tomorrow, the CAS, the Chief Administrative Secretary Lawrence Karanja, in charge of the Trade Ministry, is doing some rounds in some manufacturing plants to see how they are going on with supporting Kenya in terms of the fight against COVID-19. Remember, the manufacturing sector in Kenya came in handy when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, and some materials could not be accessed from the international market, so they had to step in from the PPEs to the thermoguns. And just to give us an overview of how this is going on is the CAS in charge of trade, Mr. Lawrence Karanja. Thank you for speaking with us. Could you just tell us what you have observed today in these manufacturing plants and what exactly the government is doing to continue supporting these manufacturers?
Thank you very much. In this factory, we are visiting one of the innovators in Kenya, Maurice Betzer. Other than he is making, using from his company, Demoguns. And when we talk about making Demoguns, it is not just assembling. He is innovating and doing it right from scratch up to the completion. And as samples are here. Other than that, we have seen he's doing, he has meters. He has water meters, automated water meters, automated electricity meters. He's one of the leading innovators and manufacturers of the speed governors, which speed governors also have car trackers. And as a ministry, we are there to support such innovators. We are there to support, and we encourage many and more Kenyans to support them. But not just about innovation. Our major call is to the consumers. Buy Kenya, build Kenya. If we want to make orders for these thermoguns, and he has the capacity to supply the entire country, he has the capacity to do the automatic meters. He has the capacity to do the water meters, to do the electricity meters. If we were to support such an innovator and many others, I believe we'll be going very, very far. And this shows the talent and the capacity we have in our country. If only we could give the innovators an opportunity. And how do we deny them opportunities? It's because when they manufacture such gadgets, we don't buy them, we go for cheap imports. Can we be proud of buying Kenyan-made goods? That is why our mantra right now is buy Kenya, build Kenya.
All right, and of course this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of confidence has come from the Kenyan people in terms of what the Kenya's manufacturing sector can do. So what exactly is the ministry doing to push this mantra of buy Kenya, build Kenya, so that the people can even have more confidence in our products?
One of the things is that we developed a list of items which will only be the government and government agencies will buy if only they are locally manufactured. The first list of 365 items has already been issued, and we are in the process of compiling the second list, because we are supposed to review that list every quarter, so that we protect and we give a market guarantee to our innovators and our manufacturers and industries that if you produce this, you are not going to face unfair competition from imports. And since we cannot ban importation 100%, government has the capacity to say, I, as a consumer, I will not buy an imported product. Therefore, the government and government agencies, we have the list of 365 items right now which is in existence. We are now reviewing it with a view of adding more and more goods, where we realize that we have the capacity to locally meet to meet the local demand.
To meet the local demand. Well, let me speak to Bwana Morris here. You are an innovator. How has the uptake of your products been in the Kenyan market?
I think as of now, the market reception is good, because what I believe in, number one, the way we design our products, the way we manufacture our product, the process, the quality of our devices, we believe they are better than even the imported gadgets. Because one of the things that I'm sure, no Kenyan will buy a device that is Kenyan just because it's Kenyan, but it's not of good quality, and they stop buying the imported ones. So the entire process that of our manufacturing is up to standard, and we give the best quality. And because we are Kenyans, we understand our market, we understand our challenges. So even the components that we put in our devices is of high quality that can be able to survive in our environment. So the uptake, I'd say it is good. It is good, and we hope it will keep getting better.
It will keep getting better. Yes. And just as we close, you are of course focusing on the local market, but do you have any plans to venture into the international market? And what are you doing to ensure that your products are competitive enough in the international market?
Okay, so right now we've started to export some of our products to Ethiopia. We soon will start exporting to Uganda. And hopefully by next year we'll be exporting to Rwanda and Congo. Actually, we have visitors from Congo that are coming tomorrow to check on the meters, and hopefully that will also supply the Congo government with the water meters.
All right.
Yes.
Bwana CS, a final question for you tomorrow, the celebrations of the Africa Industrialization Day. What do you foresee for this day, and how will the conversations be looking like around this sector?
As you know, this is a unique celebration because we are celebrating in the midst of the pandemic, and we have had lessons we have learned from the pandemic. One of them is when the skies and the ports were closed, that you can perish if you are to rely on import. Therefore, the focus right now is to look at the local capacity, local production, industrialization at a national level, so that we can meet our local demand, and if possible, we start exporting. Our mission as a ministry to ensure that we have done sufficient or enough manufacturing or industrialization to meet our local demand, so that we can substitute the imports with locally manufactured items. That is our target and our theme for this year, so that by 2030 we'll be already an industrialized country, having majority of the items consumed locally manufactured or produced locally.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, the call is to ensure that by 2030 we are supplying the local market with locally made goods. That is the rallying call ahead of those celebrations happening tomorrow. That is the latest on matters manufacturing. Alan, I'll go back to you in studio. I'm Betty Kiptum.